The world is a weird and wonderful place, isn't it? Have you ever gazed at an everyday object and wondered, why on earth is it designed this way? Well, we've all been there. The truth is, there's a unique secret behind each object we see around us. Like an exciting hunt, once you unravel these secrets, it's a wow moment hard to forget. This is exactly the adventure we're embarking on today. Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of everyday objects and uncovering the hidden reasons behind their designs. And let me tell you, some of these are going to blow your mind. First up, we're tackling a food that people seem to either love or hate: olives. Seriously, have you ever met anyone who's just meh about olives? They're either a culinary delight or the bane of your salad existence. Olive expert. But here's something that might surprise you. Fresh olives are incredibly bitter. Like, so bitter they'll make your face pucker just thinking about it. So how do we go from those intensely bitter fruits to the salty, briny treats we enjoy in our martinis or on our pizzas? Well, it's all thanks to a fascinating process of curing and brining. You see, olives straight off the tree contain a compound called oleuropein, and that's the culprit behind their intense bitterness. To make olives palatable, they undergo a curing process that can involve soaking in lye solutions, salt brines, or even just plain water. This process can take weeks, even months, depending on the method and the desired flavor profile. Think of it like fermenting. The olives are essentially undergoing a controlled transformation that breaks down the bitter compounds and allows those delicious, savory flavors to emerge. And the brining? Well, that's where the real magic happens. Soaking the olives in a salty brine not only adds flavor, but also helps preserve them, giving them that satisfyingly firm texture we all know and love, or love to hate. Olive expert. So next time you're popping an olive into your mouth, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it's been on, from bitter fruit to culinary staple. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our never-ending quest to make even the most challenging ingredients delicious. All right, folks, have you ever noticed something strange about your local grocery store? No, I'm not talking about the guy who always seems to be wearing pajamas in the cereal aisle. I'm talking about the distinct lack of windows. Think about it. When was the last time you strolled through a grocery store bathed in natural sunlight? Chances are it's been a while. And there's a reason for that. Retail analyst. Grocery stores are designed with intentionality, and every detail, from the layout to the lighting, is carefully calculated to influence your shopping habits. So why the aversion to windows? Well, for starters, windows can be a major distraction. Natural light is beautiful, but it's also unpredictable. It changes throughout the day, casting shadows and creating glare, which can be a real pain when you're trying to read a price tag or admire the vibrant packaging of your favorite snack. But it goes deeper than that. Grocery stores want to create a sense of timelessness, a controlled environment where you can lose yourself in the aisles and forget about the outside world. Windows, with their pesky reminders of the actual time of day, just don't fit into that equation. Retail analyst. Plus, let's be practical, windows take up valuable shelf space. Every inch of a grocery store is prime real estate, and those walls are better suited for displaying tempting products than letting in the great outdoors. And here's the kicker: direct sunlight can actually damage certain products, especially perishable goods like produce. Ever noticed how those misters periodically spray a fine mist over the fruits and vegetables? That's to keep them hydrated and prevent them from drying out under those harsh supermarket lights, which, by the way, are strategically placed to make everything look as appealing as possible. So the next time you're navigating the aisles of your local grocery store, take a moment to appreciate the subtle psychology at play. It's a carefully orchestrated symphony of design, lighting, and even scent, all working together to create an immersive shopping experience that keeps you coming back for more. H&M actually stands for Hennes and Mauritz. Not quite as catchy, right? But it makes a lot more sense when you know the backstory. You see, H&M started back in 1947 in Västerås, Sweden, as a women's clothing store called, you guessed it, Hennes. The founder, Erling Persson, was inspired by affordable fashion stores he'd seen in the United States, and he wanted to bring that same concept to Sweden. Hennes, which means hers in Swedish, was a hit, offering stylish and affordable clothing for women. Fashion historian fast forward a couple of decades, and Persson acquired a hunting and fishing apparel retailer called Moritz Widfors. Now I know what you're thinking, hunting gear and women's clothing? Not exactly a match made in retail heaven, but Persson saw an opportunity. He merged the two brands, expanded the product line to include men's clothing, and voila! Hennes and Mauritz, later shortened to the snappier H&M, was born. Over the years, H&M has become a global fashion powerhouse, known for its fast fashion approach, collaborations with high-end designers, and commitment to sustainability, although that last one is a whole other discussion. But at its core, H&M remains true to its roots, offering stylish and affordable clothing for everyone. So next time you're browsing the racks at H&M, remember those two little letters represent a legacy of innovation, expansion, and a keen understanding of the ever-evolving world of fashion. See, those colorful mesh bags aren't just there to look pretty. They're carefully chosen to enhance the perceived freshness and vibrancy of the fruit inside. It's all about playing with our senses and influencing our buying decisions, often without us even realizing it. Psychologist. Take oranges, for example. They're typically packaged in red mesh bags, and there's a good reason for that. Red is a warm, stimulating color that evokes feelings of energy, excitement, and yes, even appetite. But here's the kicker. Red also makes the oranges appear redder, juicier, and more appealing than they might actually be. It's a subtle trick of the eye, but it works. Lemons, on the other hand, are usually found in green mesh bags. Green, being the color of nature, freshness, and vitality, reinforces the perception of the lemon's tart, zesty flavor. It's like a visual reminder that these lemons are bursting with that bright, citrusy goodness we all crave. And let's be honest, a lemon in a green bag just looks more appealing than a lemon in, say, a brown bag, right? Psychologist, this clever use of color psychology isn't limited to citrus fruits either. You'll find it throughout the supermarket, from the packaging of your favorite snacks to the displays of fresh produce. So next time you're reaching for a bag of oranges or lemons, take a moment to appreciate the subtle psychology at play. It's a fascinating example of how color can influence our perceptions and ultimately our purchasing decisions. Well, the truth, as is often the case, is a bit more practical. That zigzag pattern is actually a byproduct of the chocolate molding process, a clever solution to a manufacturing challenge. You see, when chocolate is poured into molds, it needs to cool and solidify evenly to create those perfectly formed bars we know and love. But here's the thing. Chocolate shrinks as it cools, and if it shrinks too much in the mold, you end up with unsightly gaps, air bubbles, or worse, a chocolate bar that breaks apart too easily. Not ideal. Confectionery expert, enter the zigzag pattern. Those strategically placed grooves and ridges serve a very important purpose. They create additional surface area, allowing the chocolate to cool and contract more evenly. This helps prevent those dreaded gaps and air bubbles, ensuring that your chocolate bar emerges from the mold with a satisfying snap and a smooth, flawless surface. It's like a built-in stress reliever for chocolate. And what about that whitish bloom that sometimes appears on the surface of an old chocolate bar? Before you toss it out, thinking it's gone bad, rest assured it's perfectly safe to eat. That bloom is just a result of the cocoa butter in the chocolate separating and rising to the surface. It might look a little strange, but it doesn't affect the flavor. In fact, some people even prefer the taste of slightly bloomed chocolate. Confectionery expert, so there you have it, the secret behind the zigzag pattern on your chocolate bar. It's a testament to the ingenuity of chocolate makers who found a way to combine functionality with a touch of visual appeal. So there you have it, folks. We've journeyed into the hidden world of everyday objects, uncovering the fascinating secrets behind their designs. From the bitter truth about olives to the psychology of citrus fruit bags, we've learned that even the most mundane objects have a story to tell. Everyday life is full of fascinating, often overlooked details. The more you know, the more you realize it's a world of secret stories waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep exploring those design secrets.